People often ask me, how did you know you're gay? Well, that is an interesting question. I think usually straight people want to know this because gay people just know because we are gay and, well, that just is how we are. It seems like we're always like that. Well, I shouldn't say always. And I shouldn't say everyone has the same experience because I have met some older people. I say older. I'm sorry if that's offensive, but seriously, like older people who've been married, had children, then later they realize they're gay. Um, and it seems like some people actually didn't know they were gay until later, so I don't know how that works. But I think the majority fall under more like my category. And what that is like, okay, for me, I didn't know I liked guys until I was probably 11 years old. And when I was 11, I remember we had this neighbor family, right? That we were living in Sacramento, California. And it was a family of like 10. It was a big family. But there was this one boy, and I saw him in his underwear, and I'm like, oh, I felt something. You know what I mean? Like attraction. For the first time, I felt attraction to a guy or to anyone. It was like the first time I had ever felt any sort of sexual attraction. So, that's like the time around when puberty started. And so I think, in my experience, that's when I started continuing to have feelings for guys and not for girls. But unfortunately, I had to keep it a secret because I knew that my family and people around me didn't approve. So it was kind of hard, but hard. Get it? No, but so I know that other people they also around puberty I think start experiencing uh, feelings toward like sexual feelings at all. So straight people, those of you watching, or bisexual people, I'm sure you notice maybe the same like around puberty time. You start feeling attraction toward one gender, one sex, or the other. So yeah, same for me personally. I had that experience, and I didn't really have sex though until I was like 19. Yeah, like okay, okay, it wasn't even really sex, but should I even be talking about this? Mark this one not for kids. Um, so the first time I had sex was like 19. But the first time I like fooled around with a guy like at all, like anything, was even younger. So it turns out I had some sexual activities before I even really knew what sex was about. It was more like playing doctor, you know how kids do that? That's kind of what I did. So, but at that time, this is like 8 years old, but I can still remember, like touching or whatever, another kid. And, we were kids. I don't think we really got aroused. It was just experimentation, playing doctor, as they say in the US. Oh my god, this is an embarrassing video. But hey, it's normal. Everyone goes through this, right? But, I think if you play around, like let's say you identify as straight, if you played around with another person of the same gender as a kid or even maybe as a teenager, I don't think that necessarily makes you gay. Maybe you were just curious. Um, for me, I was curious, and I think I did the playing doctor, let's call it, with boys and girls when I was little. I even kissed a girl when I was like 9 years old, and it was like really fun. But anyway, it wasn't. It wasn't. It didn't define my sexual orientation. I still am gay, but some people say there's a spectrum, like the Kinsey scale. You probably heard it. It's overused a lot, but whatever. It's still useful. The Kinsey scale is like how straight are you, how gay are you, on a scale of 0 to 5 or 0 to 10. But whatever. Like this side is like really gay, totally 100% gay. This side is like totally 100% straight, right? Hetero, whatever. And people usually fall somewhere in the middle, not just straight or gay. So even though I say I'm gay, and I felt like I was gay because I liked boys, I would say that maybe I'm 80 or 90% gay and maybe 10 or 20% hetero if you kind of look at it at the scale, that's like my level. The reason I say that is because Yes, I have had sex with girls, but don't get any ideas, not like you want to, but I'm not really interested in having sex with girls now, but I did try it. And it wasn't horrible. It was fine. It just wasn't great for me. That's all. I really like the male energy more, so that's where what I lean toward. But what about you? Tell me in the comments if you when you knew you were gay, how you knew you were gay. Oh, and maybe any funny stories that happened to you. Like, for example, when my mom was teaching me about the birds and the bees, I knew that I didn't like girls at that time, and maybe she had picked up on it. But she, had, just about the same time I realized I like boys, she started telling all of us in the family, all the kids, she had a little talk with the book. And she's like, this is how sex works, honey. And the vagina and the penis. And it's that horrible conversation that you never want to have with your parent. I was no exception. I'm like, okay, mom, thanks. I didn't ask her, well, what if I like boys? I was smart enough to know that she would not appreciate that, and neither would my dad. I mean, that's a whole other video. I'll tell you about my coming out story another time. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please share your experience. And I'm going to say this, I know all the YouTubers say it, but please like, please subscribe, and become a patron and support my work if you can. You can join the fan club on Patreon, and there is a link in this video, and there's like a link below too, like in the description, I think. But if not, just look me up. And anyway, thanks for listening. Have a great day. Bye.